Iran is treating the possibility of a war with the US as inevitable, even though Tehran is taking part in nuclear talks with Washington. Iran is operating under the assumption that the US can and will strike at any time. Therefore, the country's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has prepared a plan to ensure that the Islamic Republic survives. A new report by the New York Times has outlined parts of the plan based on interviews with senior Iranian officials and members of the country's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. The report states that Ali Larijani, the head of Iran's Supreme National Security Council, is being entrusted with virtually running the country. His role is now overshadowing that of Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian. That's according to the report. Larijani's rise has been underway since protests rocked Iran in January. He was put in charge of crushing dissent and also liaising with Iran's allies such as Russia, Oman and Qatar. Larijani's mandate is reportedly to ensure that Iran's theocratic government survives, no matter what. For that reason, Khamenei has also put in place a series of succession plans. If he were to be assassinated, he has reportedly named 3 candidates who could replace him. However, Iran has been very careful not to make their names public so that they are not targeted. Larijani is also or almost certainly not among the candidates. This is because he's not a Shiite cleric. However, the report says he's being considered, and quote, Iran's Delcy Rodriguez. That's in reference to the new president of Venezuela who took over after the US abducted Maduro. Even though she was a Maduro loyalist, the US left her in charge so that Venezuela did not collapse. Larijani could fit the same role for Iran. After him is Iran's parliament speaker, Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf. And the report says that there is also former President Hassan Rouhani. Ayatollah Khamenei has also named 4 layers of succession for senior military and government roles. These are for the roles he appoints directly, and the other members of Iran's senior leadership have been asked to name up to 4 potential replacements who can take over their jobs should they be killed. This comprehensive succession plan is as a result of last year's war with Israel. Israeli forces had killed several senior military leaders within hours of the war starting. Therefore, Tehran has made succession plans to prevent a repeat of the chaos. However, the succession planning does not mean that Iran is preparing for defeat. It does not intend to go down without a fight. The report says that Iran is positioning missile launchers near its border with Iraq. This is so that it can better target Israel. Iran is also reportedly placing missile launchers at its southern shores along the Persian Gulf. This is to put US military bases in West Asia in its crosshairs. Iran has also been conducting missile and naval drills to stay in a state of war readiness, and it has also practiced closing the Strait of Hormuz. Closing the strait during war would greatly restrict global oil supplies, so it is another weapon in Iran's arsenal. For that. On the domestic front, there are plans to deploy the Iranian police and Basij militia in major cities. This is reportedly to prevent domestic unrest and to better fight against potential foreign spies. So Iran has plans for both external and internal battles, and it is ready to replace its leadership seamlessly in case they are taken out. It has even planned for a potential Venezuela-like scenario by carefully considering who can be the Iranian Delcy Rodriguez. All this shows that Iran is ready for war.